Welcome to the Lummy Sports Show at 10:20 on the dot. Joined by Rhett, my amazing co-host. Followed with Scouts. I believe they were outside running around, having a good old time. Bubba would say I need to get all these platforms pulled up. Running 4 deep.
I'm here. I'm sorry. I had to chase her down. Then I stopped and smoked a bowl or two.
No, I understand. You got to get your mind right, as Bubba would say. And then Marshawn Lynch, get your chickens right, your mentals
my chickens,
right.
my mentals, my money.
Oh, talking about money. Whew. Your prize picks that we've done before.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Not looking too good the last couple weeks.
There was Monday night. I basically went 3 out of 4 and then 5 out of 6 on every ticket that I had. I had 4 tickets in that night, mostly basketball. 2 of them were Monday Night Football.
It's a little screwy. It's been a little screwy on some of the football games.
It's those last-minute adjustments, man. Because I'm not ashamed to admit it. Like there's some guys that I go to and I take their picks and they do relatively well.
Oh, the ones that give you little hints?
Well, there's this one site that I've been using.
Oh.
It's called PME, Props Made Easy, and it gives you there's so much different analytical data that they use to support it, but it basically comes down to sportsbook projection difference. You know, Prize Picks has this guy over under 60 rushing yards. Every other sportsbook has him at 54, so that's a 6 sportsbook differential. Plus, our analytics, the machine that we use, projects him to get 71 yards this week. So the Prize Picks line of 60, it's an 11, differential or whatever the hell. They explain it in a much better way than I can. But.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is with the NFL and even with college, there's a lot of the players, well, I would say the NFL mostly, there's been a lot of injuries that have really affected it. And I think it's the preseason still. I think the guys not playing the preseason, the way that the practices are now held, where they can't hit. I think they can only wear full pads or hit 5-6 times during the preseason, and then most of them don't even play the game. I think that's really, the 3 preseason games? I think that's really affecting a lot of the guys. I don't remember the last time this many quarterbacks were out by week 8.
It's been a long time. It's been a bad year to be a quarterback for sure. I mean, the rookie QBs, some of them are doing better than others, but just the injuries, like you said. I mean, who all has missed action this year? Kyler Murray is making his first start this Sunday, barring a setback for the first time.
Well, we could just let's just go by team real quick. We'll get into the NCAA here. I want to talk about the rankings. I know once again the rankings don't matter until we get obviously closer to the bowl, but just how I don't really like the way the rankings are. I think it really messes it up for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But let's just look at the NFL and the quarterbacks that have been hurt. The Dolphins, Tua, I don't think he's missed a game.
Mm-mm.
The Bills,
Josh Allen, I don't think has missed any games.
The Jets, obviously, Aaron Rodgers out.
Mm-hmm.
Patriots probably wish Mac Jones would have missed the game.
Mac Jones has missed games this year.
Has he?
Yeah.
Who's their backup?
He's been hurt. Bailey Zappi, who they released and then had back. And then there's one more guy who I cannot.
So we have two. So we have 2 teams so far. The Ravens, Lamar Jackson. Is he finally healthy?
Yeah, he's playing every game.
Steelers, they've had an injury there.
Yeah, Pickett, Trubisky had to come in for a little while.
Browns.
But Pickett's back.
Yes.
Deshaun Watson has missed games, yes. Joe
Bengals.
Burrow missed games.
That's 5. Jacksonville, I don't think Trevor Lawrence has missed anything yet.
No, he's been healthy.
Texans, Stroud, he's
been balling.
He's feeling real good. Colts, yes, 6.
Anthony Richardson out for the year.
Titans.
Tannehill missed action, and now Levis is their starter for the foreseeable future.
Which I'm a little nervous for this weekend with the Bucs.
Yeah, another rookie QB.
Yep, that's not going to be good for us. The Chiefs, no, they've been fine there. Chargers.
It's been Herbert.
Raiders, yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, Jimmy G just got benched. Yeah. I don't even know if he got hurt. He was playing through injury.
I thought, was he? Okay.
I thought he was like on the injury report. You might be right. I
thought he missed the game or two. I thought he missed one game. But
regardless, he ain't playing anything now.
Denver Broncos.
$20 from Brian from Philly says, yo, dudes.
813-90-BUBBA. I forgot to give the number out. Sorry, guys, because we usually have the phone lines.
That's our prize picks.
813-90-BUBBA. Call us.
That's our prize picks, guys. Brian from Philly.
I know, yeah. We put him on our we have him on a group chat. He always picks our picks. He's probably not too happy right now with us.
Hey, if you play the flex play and we go 5 out of 6, you still get something.
You get 2
You double
times.
your deposit.
Eagles have been good. I believe Jalen Hurts. Cowboys, same. Commanders.
Howell. It's been Howell.
Yeah, it's been Howell the whole time. Giants, obviously. Daniel Jones out just with his ACL. Mm-hmm. Goff's been all right. The Vikings, Kirk Cousins out now. Now they got Josh Dobbs.
Mm-hmm. Well, they had the backup, and then they had Josh Dobbs.
Yeah,
so the backup got hurt.
So that's what, we're at 8 now, I think it is. Packers have been good. The Bears, they're 8, 9, so they got 9 there. Saints.
Carr was hurt. He missed.
Yeah, 10.
He missed games.
Falcons, I think, they just benched their players, so that's still 10. The Bucks have been good. The Panthers have been fine. 49ers have been fine. Seahawks, Rams, that's 11 and 12. So it's 12 teams. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Just for quarterbacks. We're just talking about quarterbacks.
It's 4 teams away from half the league.
Yeah.
That is a staggering amount of quarterback casualties this season. And we're not even at the halfway point either. That's the worst part.
Which is extremely crazy. I mean, anything could happen this week, and hopefully for our Tampa Bay Buccaneers here, Baker Mayfield can definitely step up against Will Levis. We had, obviously, last week, if you know anything about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or even when we talked about it on the show this week on Monday, C.J. Stroud became the record holder for rookie quarterbacks in a single game to throw the most yards. Now, what confused me, and Rhett and I talked about this on Monday a little bit, and I'm still a little confused, but I found this chart. Fox was talking about how C.J. Stroud beat Andrew Luck's record, and they put it up, but then they put another chart up. So did we ever get clarification on what they were talking about, Rhett?
I never looked into it, to be honest with you. I just accepted whatever you said. I wasn't going to argue it.
Oh, because I mean, I had the chart.
They consistently brought it up again on the broadcast, and Bubba was watching the highlights.
Yeah, I saw that too.
It got me thinking about it again. I was like, Andrew Luck's record of 433 yards from 2012, 2013, his rookie year.
Yeah, 2013 maybe.
Best single game passing yards by a rookie.
Because the thing I said at who was his name from the Rams, St. Louis Rams. Was it Mark Burrow? Mark Burrow, no. Mark Belger. Mark Bowler. Mark Belger, I don't know. He came after Kurt Warner as a rookie. And then it was like Aaron Brooks. It was like a weird chart, but they kept talking about how it was Andrew Luck.
I don't know. What I'm reading is 470 yards by C.J. Stroud against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which means when Rhett initially told you on Monday, Rhett was right.
Well, I didn't see. Like, no. Hold on. I said C.J. Stroud got it. I said them saying that he beat Andrew Luck's record. Yeah, I said that. And I said no because he beat Mark Bolger's record. It was Mark Bolger. That's exactly what I said. I said that he beat Mark Bolger. It wasn't Andrew Luck because you said, yeah, he passed Andrew Luck's record. And I was like, no, they came out with a chart after the game showing it was Mark Bolger, Aaron Brooks, a couple other guys, and then Andrew Luck was like the 5th or 6th, I think, which was really weird. But yeah, hold on. Let's get this call real quick. 941.
What's up, guys? It's Grant.
Hey, what's up, Grant?
Not much. Yeah, no, you guys are right. On the broadcast, they did say it was Andrew Luck's record.
Yeah, and if you look right here on this chart that I have up, Red, it shows
Yeah, I thought it was Bolger too.
Yeah, Bolger, November 10th. Then Brooks was 12-3 to 2000. 2002 was Bolger.
Luck is like 5th or 6th.
Yeah, Garcia 99. Moore was Kellen Moore 2016. So
that's
then
right.
Andrew
Did he
Luck.
come out for the Cowboys or Lions or something?
Yeah,
Dallas.
January 3rd, 2016. Cowboys versus Washington. 435 yards.
It was like week 13. I think he had like 1 touchdown and 3 picks though.
I mean, when they said it on I was like, oh yeah, and then I Googled it because I was actually kind of curious on who the top 5 was. I was looking for my boy Josh Freeman. But
Josh Freeman.
Yeah,
So you guys would put that loss more on Bowles than you would on anybody else, right? I mean, that's fucking ridiculous to give up that many yards.
I mean, yes and no.
Yeah, because you can't blame the coach for poor playing on our,
you kind of can't. And I will say
but
that,
you can. I mean, isn't his job to get the guys ready to execute?
No, you're right.
Yeah.
He had 10 days to come up with a game plan that wasn't, that. And it's unfortunate that the week the offense takes a step forward, the defense seemingly takes 2 steps back.
I know, right? Yeah, how can you blame Baker for putting up 37 points with a defensive-minded coach and losing? I mean,
he got you what should have been the game-winning drive. You know what I mean? He stepped up when he needed to.
Not to mention, too, I mean, Baker could have had even gaudier stats if they didn't give those 2, rush touchdowns to White.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Evans could have had that 1, too. That would have helped in fantasy.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, is Kate Otten now like a viable fantasy streamer, or is that just,
I think that's a flash.
Game?
I think it's a flash in the pants, unless Baker and him are getting really comfortable. Because I believe the Seahawks.
I don't know, dude. I thought the same thing about Kmet, but he's been fucking balling for me as of late.
Yeah, I mean, isn't the Seahawks used their tight end pretty recently? Yeah, in the end zone.
Is Noah Fant in Denver? He plays for Seattle or Denver.
Well, I thought
he was a part of that Drew Lock trade.
Yeah,
to get Wilson over there.
I thought the offense coordinator that we have now used their tight ends a lot more, like in the end zone. I don't know. I mean, obviously
he was only the QB coach, though. I don't think this is the first time calling plays, isn't it?
Yeah, but they bring that that playbook that they had in Seattle. I mean, that's if you look at a lot of coordinators, they usually follow what their offense, or a position coach usually follows what their offense coordinator was doing. He may mix a couple things here and there, but
looks like Seattle's missing that guy right now because they look like a bunch of ass buckets.
Well, it looks like we're
not far behind them.
Yeah,
we do have aside from last week, we have an offense that averages like 18 points per game. So I think
the Thursday night at the Buffalo, that's such a BS. Those Thursday night games are trash. It's so slanted against the away team.
Yeah, it sucks for the schedule, but you got to be prepared either way. Every team in the league's got a Thursday night game, so it is what it is. But I will say...
Oh, I know. I'm just saying.
I will say for Todd Bowles, though, a guy who really doesn't have a history of calling out players or any of that shit, like he did have a press conference this week where he was pretty adamant that, like, listen, there's a lot going on with this team that we can do better, but... He pointed a lot of the blame at the starting 11 on the defense, and he said there's a lot of guys who just simply aren't showing up, and that's true. Carlton Davis was far and away.
Davis got paid. Davis got paid and went on fucking vacation instead of working. It seems like this summer.
He was the worst player in the NFL last weekend. Like
by far,
he was statistically the worst. PFF had him rated, I think, the lowest of any NFL.
They were
player.
lighting him up, man, when they got down to the red zone.
It probably
dude had a field day.
Yeah, his worst game ever. Jamel Dean was hurt, so he's going to have a concussion. Hopefully, bounce back. But he's been underperforming a little bit this year. I mean, they're giving up a lot of yards per game.
Well, the crazy thing is
they're giving up a lot of yards through the air.
Well,
now they have a good red zone
baffling.
defense, but when you can't fucking stop anything, then it doesn't matter.
Well, the crazy stat I saw too is that they don't have an interception by a cornerback or defensive back this year.
Christian Izien has one.
Is he?
He's a DB.
Yeah, so it might be cornerbacks because I
think it's the cornerbacks.
Okay.
Carlton Davis doesn't have an interception in the last 33 games that he has played.
That's not good.
It's not great. He has one. I'm sorry. He has one interception in the last 33 games.
Right, but I think he's always been more of a PVU guy than
he is. He's
like a ball hawk.
Well, and that's the thing too. That's another reason why he's getting lit the fuck up by a rookie QB is because for some reason Todd Bowles doesn't want to have him play press coverage at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I know, right? That's kind of his thing. Like, who was that guy for the Legion of Boom who got fucking booted off the team and then won with the Patriots? He played ball like that guy. What was that guy's name?
With the Patriots.
Neil Malplaisir, $9.99 super chat.
I know Cam Chancellor. I know Jamal Adams left. Well, Jamal
Adams. It was Richard Sherman, but they had that. They had that other cornerback. He played for the P1 that Super Bowl with the Patriots.
I was going to say.
You know what I'm talking about?
Darrelle Revis. No,
Darrelle Revis was on the Jets and the Bucks.
He played for the Seahawks. He was a part of that Legion of Boom.
Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't.
He must be the least famous of the Legion of Boom.
I know,
because
exactly.
I think a Cam Chancellor, Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, and then who is?
Yeah, and I
who is
can't
that other
remember
Let's
guy?
see. You
the
got
guy's
Richard
name
Sherman,
was.
Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor, Brandon Browner, Walter Thurman.
Browner, that's who
and
it was.
Byron Maxwell.
That's what it was.
Brandon
yeah.
Browner went and played
yeah.
for the Pats. Yeah, you're right. I remember him.
That's
Yeah,
right.
he was a
that's
physical
right. Yeah,
guy. He was one of those guys
Yeah.
who made his money on just kicking your ass, like disrupting the route. And,
yeah, kind of like Aqib Talib before he started shooting, his
Yeah, 'cause-
girlfriend's ex-boyfriends.
I mean, let's look
Or
at
his sister's ex-boyfriends.
yeah, getting stabbed at parties.
Yeah, shit
and stuff.
happens.
Stealing chains.
Yep.
Well, look at what happened 2022 with Carlton Davis and Tyreek Hill. He gave up 200 yards in the first half, or 120 yards in the first half. My mistake. But I don't know. He's
Shut
not
down
going to
the
burn
Super Bowl.
anybody. He's definitely in a tough spot.
They
but-
played real soft in that, I believe. I think that in that second half they changed up their defense again. The blitzes seemed like they were far and few. I know.
you got Devin White.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I was gonna say. I remember Devin White, but
That was
besides,
his first sack of the season, by the way. A
But-
guy who has been averaging more than 5 or 6. That was his first sack of the season, and
by-
it took until game 8.
Besides that, there wasn't much.
Boykin guy isn't worth a fuck either. Jesus, what a waste of a first-round pick.
But
I know he's 32nd overall,
but besides that, there really wasn't much pressure on C.J. Shroud.
There hasn't been any pressure
No,
on this
there
Bucs
wasn't.
defensive line in years. Even when they had the older veteran guys, there still was not that much of a pass rush. They looked good in the Super Bowl.
Didn't Baird that one year have 18 sacks?
That was 2019. It was Arians'
Was
first
that
year. He
19?
had
Okay.
he had 19 and a half sacks.
And you know what? I remember, and I kind of looked at it. I think a week or two ago, they blitzed. I think it was more. It was 33 to 35% of their
We're the
plays.
third most blitzing team in the league, theoretically.
Todd Bowles has without a doubt dialed back the amount of times that they blitz, but they just don't have the pass rush to bring in 4 guys. They can't do it. They have proven to me that they can't do it. Vita Vea leads the team in sacks, which is unfortunate.
And he missed 2 games, right?
He
missed
he's
2
a run
games.
Stuffer.
He's a D tackle, and he missed 2 games.
Well, hey, that kid from Pitt's looking pretty decent. Actually,
Kalijah Cansey, he was limited in the first half of the season just because he had that injury. But ever since he's been back,
Right.
he looks good on the tape. He shows up. You still want him to get home every now and again. He did have that coverage sack against Houston, but he's definitely checking all the boxes so far.
It just baffles me how they put up 13 against Pittsburgh, or I'm sorry, against the Panthers, and then fucking tear us a new a-hole the very next week.
Yeah, it's insane.
I mean, that's the whole thing. I think Todd Bowles played way too conservative. Way too conservative. That's my opinion on his defense. I wanted to see more blitzes. I know it was a close game, but just letting him sit there and pick us apart, it was real frustrating. I mean, I understand if we'd had our offense was clicking on all cylinders, every week leading up to this. No, Alpleger 999 Super Chat, go Paco. But the way the offense looked, from the Falcons, to different, they're all up and down. I would have been putting the boot to the neck.
Well, just think about the teams that they played and the amount of points the defense allowed to be scored. I mean, they held Philly to 24, 26 points at home.
Yeah, we didn't even perform that bad against, we shut Josh Allen down for the most part, too.
Yeah, they held the Falcons to fucking 16 points. Those are the weeks that your offense should be able to do enough to win because the defense every other week except for Houston, in my opinion, regardless of the pass rush issues and clearly the the third down issues and now the pass coverage issues, even with that, they've done enough to win. And the one week that something goes right for the offense is obviously the week that
the defense took
everything goes to shit. I mean, it's classic Bucs
Well,
time.
who does? Maybe we're that team, this year who flirts with the 500 and then kind of learns to win the following year. You've seen it, time and time again in the league if they're going to roll with Bowles again.
I think. Truthfully, I think Todd Bowles is fine.
Yeah,
I think if they lose every single game, then a serious conversation is going to be had, and maybe the Glazers decide to pull the trigger. But
if Baker keeps doing what he's doing, he's probably coming back next year.
Well, put it this way, I feel like if Todd Bowles does what John Gruden did in 2009, when they were 7-2, I think it was, and then they ended up being 7.
They were 9-4, lost the last 3.
9-4, yeah, you're right. And we missed the playoffs. Yeah, you're right. We missed the playoffs.
I remember that shit.
Yeah, because I was at that Raiders game.
Jamarcus Russell's only fucking competent game ever was against the Bucs.
Yeah, because I was there, and I remember I went with my brother, and then when we lost, we're like, I think we still have a chance for the playoffs. And I think it was a 4:00 game that just blew us out of that, and we couldn't believe.
Yeah, no, like Phillip Rivers came in. We were up like 17 in the fourth, and Phillip Rivers and Vincent Jackson fucking annihilated us.
Yep. It
I
was
think we got Vincent Jackson the very next year.
I think if Todd Bowles does that, I see Todd Bowles probably, but I think he'll be good for next year. Like Rhett's saying, I don't think he has a problem as of right now.
Too. I mean, the team's fighting and it's showing growth. I feel like it's better than what we expected. So I feel like you might give him another shot at this.
It's hard to sit here and defend the guy after 4 straight losses because, fuck it, a lot of it is on his hands, without a doubt. He has not shown me that he can be a competent head coach because the same time management issues that he had this week are the same time management issues that he had last year, and the same time management issues.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, taking that fucking time out.
The same time management issues that Bruce Arians fucking had. But the difference between Bruce Arians having time issues and Todd Bowles is that Arians was winner. So I do think the context of this also being the first year Bowles could assemble his own staff, get his new OC, and then
get a new quarterback, get rid of the Brady flow.
Get a new quarterback while having to navigate the salary of getting a new quarterback. They're lucky they got a guy who has the upside of Baker Mayfield for the price that they got him because they couldn't afford shit.
Yep.
They were only able to field a team of veterans like Levante David.
There's fucking rumors Carson Wentz was showing up.
Well, Carson Wentz will be with the Rams this week.
Yeah, he was able to get signed. But, the Bucs were dangerously close to having to let some guys walk if they wanted to pay for, God forbid, a Jimmy G.
Oh, thank God we avoided that bullet to the head.
Yeah, I want to jump with you on here real quick. Go to college football. Obviously a big game with Florida State.
You think they're going to cover? It's 15.
I know. You know what? I don't think they're going to cover. I think that's a dangerous game for Florida State going into Miami.
I don't think so. With Johnny, dude, they threw for 360 with 2 fucking healthy wide receivers.
It's a trap game.
Last week. They were missing their 2 NFL dudes, Wilson and Coleman, and they still were able to throw for 360. They probably could have scored if that field wasn't so shit. That Hussey guy houses that, so they would have kept their streak of I don't know. Tyler Van Dyke is scared to his own fucking shadow right now. I think Miami might quit like they did last year. I'm not gonna say it's 45-3, but I'm thinking like 37-10.
I think Miami will quit if Florida State comes out and takes it to them. But who do you got in this game, Miami or Florida State?
I think Florida State. I really
don't think there's even a think. They just lost to NC State 20-6.
Well, no, it's not that. Just fanfare. I didn't know if Rhett maybe favored Miami over Florida State because he's a Gator fan.
Well, I'm a Florida fan.
Remember, that's what I'm saying.
They're both Florida teams, so it's obviously hard for me to pick.
No. You're an actual Gator team. I was actually not making fun of you like Brian does. I was saying because you're a Florida fan, Florida would have more hate toward Florida State.
No, I know. I was just calling back to the fucking.
I know.
Yeah.
I thought you thought.
Yeah, I don't think the Gators scare me more than the Hurricanes because the game is swamp and
the Canes are a joke.
Levels of competency.
I'm still not
as much as I dislike him. He's decent.
I'm still not 100% sold on Napier, but yeah, Mertz has definitely won me over.
Oh no, yeah, Billy Taggart over there. Fuck no, I think he's out.
Billy Taggart.
Again, they might fold up too because they got LSU this
fucking
week.
Arkansas. What have I been telling you all year too about Arkansas?
I bet on Arkansas.
I've been telling fucking everybody all year about Arkansas. Like you are what your record says you are, but they are the one team that is way better than that record.
I agree.
They played everybody tough.
I feel bad. I feel bad for their coach. I like their coach. The old offensive lineman, offensive
Sam Pittman. Yeah, dude. That guy's a stud.
We came into this game, we were 0-0. All right, it don't matter. Every week is a new week. You can come in, you can put a new record on every week.
That guy looks like he still has got the strongest bench on the fucking team.
He probably does. Arkansas, what are they, like 2-7?
Take up 2 spots on the O-line.
But no, I mean, I know. I think
no shit.
I think that Miami game could be a trap game if Miami doesn't quit and Florida State is looking ahead to North Alabama.
Trap? They play North Alabama next week.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They're not looking ahead.
What's the trap?
But the trap is they're looking ahead to Florida. Miami, you know what I mean? They're at home. They're going to be feeling good.
I think Pitt, put that little tingle on their spine to let them know that they got to play well. I think if we would have beat Pitt like 58-3, I'd agree. But I think that 24-7, kind of re-levels them. I got to be honest with you. I think Pitt putting up a fight, was probably the worst thing to happen for Miami.
I don't know.
That team's about to cave on Cristobal.
But see, I think this is my thing with Miami is they always have talent. They have talent.
Sure.
They can never put it together.
They got a fucking healthy O-line.
Yeah, and Big E and Chad.
They got some dudes at receiver. We just need Van Dyke to, keep his fucking yips in and throwing all those picks. Because Van Dyke shows up locked in. It's a game. I have no doubt about that. But I've failed to see it the last 2 years. he went from fucking first-round draft pick to, probably undraftable, in a matter of 2 years.
Exactly.
He should have transferred to Bama when he had the chance.
He probably wouldn't be playing though.
He'd be better. He'd be better than Milroe right now.
Well, he probably would have sat the bench and then probably transferred to fucking North Alabama at this point to get some playing time.
So all right, so I got a scenario here for you. Let's just say Washington runs the fucking table, and then Michigan, obviously beats Ohio State, and then it comes down to like Oregon and Alabama, or Oregon and Georgia.
Oh, no, hold on. You freaking the scenario of if Michigan beats Ohio State and Ohio State, it's a close game between Ohio State and Michigan, those motherfuckers are doing everything they can to put Ohio State and keep them in the top 4.
No, but I mean, if it comes down to, undefeated Georgia and one-loss Bama and Bama beats them.
Oh, then, okay.
See what I'm saying? And then, let's just say Oregon beats Washington.
Who gets in?
You got
Bama. Bama gets in over Oregon and Washington.
Yeah, because they're going to lose too much money, right?
Oh, yeah, because they
including an SEC team.
That's why they got Bama at number 8 right now. That's one thing I don't like about the rankings, because Bama was ranked high, leading in.
All right, so here's the real ball buster. Here's where it gets really fucked up. All right, so let's just say Washington, Florida State run the table. They go undefeated. Michigan goes undefeated. Bama beats Georgia in the playoff, and Texas with one loss wins the
Big 12.
The fucking Big 12. And their one loss Bama is to Texas. How the fuck do you keep Texas out?
You can't. You really can't. That's when they probably even go and
that would be a shit show for ESPN not having their fucking baby SEC team in there.
Well, yeah, I mean, but they'll find a way to do that. They're trying their best to make Ohio State and Michigan in the fucking playoffs right now.
So they are going to sing the praises about how Texas is pretty much already an SEC team. I guarantee that'll be the narrative if that's how that gets pulled.
Oh yeah,
I guarantee that'll be the narrative. Oh, they're basically an SEC team. They'll be in next year. So what's the difference?
Once again, man, these preseason rankings. I mean, LSU is back in the, they're number 19 at 6-3. I know there's other, Notre Dame at 7-3.
Yeah, I know that hurts FSU's strength of schedule.
Arizona,
it hurts Ohio State and benefits Florida State that Clemson beat Notre Dame.
Yeah, but Notre Dame's still sitting in the top 25. Once again, I mean, they're 7-3.
I'm just saying though, it lessens that victory, theoretically, if you want to play that game. If you want to play that linear game of, we beat them, so they should beat us, type scenario.
Well, but then you can look at, and I know they lost to 2 shitty teams, but Notre Dame barely making the top 25. At 7-2. I mean, it's a real shit show in my opinion. I mean, they got certain Pac-12 teams in certain places. They're keeping big. A lot of Pac-12 teams are still just hanging around.
And don't forget too, Louisville is 11 right now. Florida State's probably got them in the ACC championship game. That could be the feather in the cap. Top 10 win. I know it's Louisville, but. If we're going to go by rankings, that's got to count for something, no?
Oh, no, it sure does. Which is why Penn State's still sitting at number 10.
I'm going up to Charlotte for that game, actually. Now Florida State clinched it.
Oh, nice. That should be fun.
Well, that's going to fuck Florida State 37-degree weather. That'll benefit Louisville tenfold.
Nah, fuck it. Florida State can play in the cold.
Dude, I don't know, man. You ever play in the cold? This shit sucks. I played D3 football up in Rochester, New York, and the second that snow hit the ground, I ran right back to Florida. I was like, fuck this. Lake effect snow is real, and it's scary.
Rhett, would you like to play college football in Rochester, New York?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
It sucked.
Get my shit stolen at practice.
Yeah, probably Rochester.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, Rochester is a fucking interesting place. That's for sure. A lot of heart disease up there. That's for sure, man. A lot of fat fucks.
All right. Well, thank you, Grant. I appreciate you calling in as always. Go Florida State for this weekend. Man. I would say go for USF.
I will not call it next week if Florida State lose. You probably won't hear from me again. So,
you'll hear from me when USF loses because that probably will happen. All right, man.
All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks, man.
It's sad that I got tickets to USF on Saturday at 12 o'clock.
You're not going?
I'm going.
Who are they playing?
I don't know. It's Temple, I think. That's what's sad about it. I think it's Temple. It's the Veterans Day game or whatever, the Veterans game.
But, you're going to go.
Yeah.
And you know that by the end of the second quarter, you're going to be walking back out of your car.
Well, it's supposed to be 89 degrees, so that already sucks. It's going to be the hottest day. Instead of Sunday, that's a nice 85. Oh, Temple. I wasn't even right. Did I say Temple? Did I? Okay,
Temple.
good.
Yeah.
Look at that. Temple at South Florida, 12 o'clock.
They got absolutely ran by Temple last year, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean they're it's 4-5. Obviously, they've won more games. USF's not a dominant program at this point, but it's just so sad. I mean, I almost feel like leaving early so I can go home and watch the Florida State Miami game.
It's almost. I mean, I understand where you're at as far as being demoralized about the season, and it's hard to buy in currently, but. Overall, how do you feel about, Galesh? This is his first season. He's already got you up to the most wins you've had in, 3+ years?
Yeah, almost 4 years.
Yeah. He's making improvements, and I think he's setting a much better standard.
Oh, I mean, 4-5, coming after, I believe they didn't win any games. Maybe they won. I don't count a win against a Division I AA score, Division II school.
And I know silver lining in losses is always a stupid thing, too, but they played Bama close.
Oh, yeah,
that was
they
an
did.
Entertaining game.
I mean, that could have easily been a loss. For Alabama, if USF's offense would have actually knew how to play. They really sucked it up that time. 610.
Yo, guys, it's Brian from Philly.
What's up, Brian from Philly?
What up, dude?
What's happening? Let's talk about how Michigan's going to kick the shit out of Penn State this Saturday at Penn State.
I mean, aren't you worried about Penn State being a ranked number 10? I mean...
They're 9. They shouldn't even be in the top 9? 20, I don't think.
I don't think so either.
This is that time of year that Penn State always just starts to fall apart. You get a couple of big games up on the schedule, and they really don't show up.
No,
they'll never beat another top 10 team.
What's the rest of their schedule look like? Michigan. You know what? They could even have Penn State could have trouble against Rutgers. I bet on Rutgers last night.
Fucking Rutgers and Ohio State, dude.
I bet 18.5.
Marvin Harrison has had 100+ receiving yards for 28,000 games in a row. But the 1 week he plays Rutgers and Greg fucking Schiano,
which is fucking insane. And I started betting more on Rutgers lately because there have been a lot of underdogs because they've sucked so fucking long, but they play tough. And I thought that they would play tough against Ohio State. They did for a couple quarters. I won my first half bet with them. But, I mean, some reason Schiano knows how to coach Rutgers. Recruit there, play there. They play hard against the Big Ten schools. I mean, that could be an upset right there. Rutgers at Penn State when they come after Penn State gets their ass kicked, according to you, and Michigan. Or no, they're playing at home, right? Michigan comes to Penn State.
They're playing at Penn State. It's a 4.5-point spread. Michigan's favorite. I think that's an easy bet there. 4.5.
Has Michigan been? Because Michigan seems like they've been just rolling, and they have 41-13, 49.
They are. They haven't played anybody really big either, but the way they play, they're pretty impressive.
Lummy, did you get set up on the Hard Rock app yet?
Yes, I did. I re-signed back up. I already had an account.
I still got to set mine up. Isn't there a waiting list?
I'm getting killed on that Prize Picks.
Yeah, no shit. We all are.
I know.
What do you mean? We haven't won one.
That's why I've been texting you now saying play light because I don't want you to throw down $15 and just watch it go away.
I've been moving it back down to 5.
It's a real shame how close we've come. Some of these nights, we've been so fucking
One day
close.
we're going to hit.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Take it easy.
See you, man. Let's grab this one other call real quick. 561.
Yes, Lummy. It's Dave from West Palm.
Hey, Dave from West Palm.
Now, hey, I want to hear what you got to say about the Ravens.
I knew it. I was going to say, what are you going to say about Baltimore? Next, we're going to get Little Purple to call in next, too?
The power rankings show them in number 2.
Rankings.
And Lamar is kicking ass.
Well, I'm just going to tell you.
So, what you got to say?
I'm just going to tell you.
A former co-host was a big component on hating on the Ravens.
Well, let me just tell you, Lummy, I don't want to get too excited here. I know I sound emotional, but, I think the ranking at number 2 is just simply unacceptable. I think the Ravens are by far the best team in the league, and
obviously,
Dave, everyone knows it.
Yeah,
Everyone
Dave thinks the same thing.
Knows it.
They
have the highest point differential in the league, 4th most points scored, fewest points allowed with 9 games, haven't had a bye week yet. Lamar is putting up crappy fantasy numbers, but he could win MVP, which is wild. Lummy.
Are you making sure so when Little Purple he doesn't have to call because you're taking over?
Yeah, it's basically what his call is going to be.
So Dave, you're not scared of the Cleveland Browns coming in with that dominant defense coming into Baltimore and shutting you guys down?
I'm not. The most important games right now are the next 2, Browns and Bengals. Now we crush them, and I say the next 2 games critical because if we crush them, both of them. Not only do we have a 2-game lead in the division, but we've actually got the tiebreaker because we've beaten both of them in the first part of the season.
But what happened with Pittsburgh though? Because I didn't watch that game. What happened in Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh's gonna fall like a big rock. And I think that's the last game of the season for the Ravens. So I'm not even worried about that. I'm saying I don't think, and actually I'm going to be very objective here. I don't think the Ravens should be ranked number 2. I say probably 3, because I think Kansas City and I think obviously the Eagles. But beyond those two, I don't see any other team that is doing any better than the Ravens.
Yeah, obviously you're not going to.
And we're coming up on a bye week in 2 weeks. Gets everybody healthy, and then we got the last stretch. And if you look at the last stretch, there is not that many teams that have a winning record.
Well, I mean, one, you hope that you guys stay healthy, like we talked about earlier. A lot of injuries, and I'm not wishing injuries upon the Ravens, but I mean, you guys have been injury prone. I know you guys got rid of your trainer. Obviously, Edwards has been playing a lot better. I mean, yeah, you should take the Cleveland, Cincinnati. There's going to be tough games. The Chargers, realistically, you're going out west. That could be tough. Rams, you should easily beat. At Jacksonville and then at San Fran, and then you're playing Miami at home. I know Miami plays kind of down to their opponents, but, I mean, you're going to Jacksonville, then flying to the West Coast on Christmas Day in San Fran, and San Fran should be healthy by then too. That's going to be a big game, and then playing Miami at home on New Year's Eve. And then you got Pittsburgh at home, which you guys lost to earlier in the season. It's not a cupcake. Give me I'd say maybe the Chargers and the Rams. Those should be easy. I mean, not easy wins, but those should be guaranteed wins right there. I mean, playing in Jacksonville is not easy.
But Lummy, if you take a look at the 2 games that the Ravens lost, and of course the 2 games the Ravens lost, we had a ton of injuries, but they could have easily won both of those. They could have easily won both of those, and then you're looking at an undefeated team because they haven't lost a game by more than 7. So you could theoretically look at them as an undefeated team, because I guarantee you if they didn't have the injuries, they would be.
I don't think theoretically you could look at them as an undefeated team because there's 2 losses on the schedule. I don't know. I get what you're saying, but coulda, shoulda, woulda, They are a good team, though. I think they're going to finish well. I think they'll be competitive down the stretch as long as they stay healthy, for sure.
And I think as long as Lamar is healthy, I think they go as far as Lamar goes, and as long as Lamar stays healthy, I think we're good. And even Huntley is a good backup.
But you are forgetting the 49ers did just pick up a pretty stud on the defensive line, and by the time that you guys go out west, I think he'll be fit in pretty nice.
But let's just hypothetically say they lose 2 to 3 more games. I think a 5-loss team is well good enough to not only get in the playoffs.
Oh no, the Ravens. Unless you guys just blow up, the whole entire facility, I don't see the Ravens missing the playoffs.
I think I see them winning the division. I think
that you guys have one of the harder schedules going out. I think you got 2 gimme games, but I think the rest of your games are not sure wins.
And one more thing before I let you go, because I got to get back to work. But I will say, if you take a look at the West Coast, East Coast travel thing, let's face it, I don't think that's a worry. They came back from London. And played a week later and had all that cross the pond travel and crushed Detroit. So, I don't necessarily know you can sit there and talk about West Coast, East Coast travel.
Well, because they could have followed what Jacksonville did too and went out there a little earlier. They could have went there a week earlier. They could have figured it out. I don't think they're going to be doing that going out west. On Christmas Day, those guys are going to want to spend some time with their family. They may, go a day before. It all depends on what their schedule is to go out west. Because I know some teams fly directly in that day of the game, and it's a night game. So are they getting there the night before? Are they going to get there the day of? Are they going to get there a couple of days before?
I'm just telling you, me and Purple Jersey and I should use the correct vernacular there. Purple Jersey and I are on the same page, and I guarantee he's probably going to call in here today.
Oh, he already did. You didn't hear him a minute ago? We had you both on at the same time.
Didn't hear. I was on a call. I was on a business call, so I didn't get a chance to hear it.
No, he was on with
Go Purple.
It's all right. No, it's all good.
Yeah, little purple is already in chat. He's saying that the hardest remaining schedule. Blah, we lost 5 drops to Steelers. He's already have all the losses broken down. So I mean, obviously that's what I expected coming from the Baltimore fans. Like I said, I think Dolphins take the playoffs. You're saying the division. All right, I mean that could possibly happen. I just I think that lineup coming out, especially if you guys stay healthy, you'll be all right. But knowing the Ravens, I would it's a coin flip if you guys stay healthy.
Let me say one more thing before I keep saying that. But let me say one more thing is if you take a look at the Ravens and you take a look at Harbaugh as the head coach, I think and I don't know the exact stats to this, so don't put.
Oh, don't worry. I'm I will not correct you on anything. I mean, I'm the most wrong person on the show.
I think since Harbaugh took over, I think they've only missed the playoffs 2 seasons out of the past, I think, 13 years or something. He's been the head coach, and if you take a look at the longest head coach tenure of any NFL football team, it's the Steelers and the Ravens, and I think the head coaches are tied for the amount of longevity that the head coaches have been in that organization. And you take a look at the Browns, or you take a look at the Bengals. Some of these teams have had 5, 6, 7 head coaches in that amount of time.
Well, fuck yeah,
the Ravens have a solid organization. They've got a solid management structure, and not even anywhere close to the Dolphins or anywhere else, because 13 years as a head coach, and I think that's what it is, in the NFL is almost unheard of.
Yeah, I mean the Browns were going through coaches fucking every year, it seemed like. Quarterbacks and head coaches is what the Browns are going through from, I don't know, fucking 2000 to 2023, it seemed like. I mean, they were always getting a new coach and getting a new quarterback. Now, that's hypothetical. I know they weren't getting a new coach every year, but they were always switching. I mean, that's probably the biggest turnover right there as a team is their head coaching and quarterbacks. But, yeah, no, it's true. Good luck on the Ravens.
I got to get back to work. Go Ravens.
Yeah, go Ravens. Hope you guys get your ass kicked this weekend. There's a fucking Deshaun Watson Browns here.
One more thing.
Hopefully he's getting a couple handies this week.
One more thing. Hypothetically, do you remember your upset pick of the week last week?
Fuck yeah.
Which one was it?
There's a bunch of them.
You don't remember which one you officially made your upset of the week?
No, but let's just take this one. Let me guess it real quick. 641. Let's see, NFL.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Brandon the Quad.
What's up, Brandon?
What's up, Brandon? I knew. Let's call real quick.
Well, I know I'm just taking Rutgers this weekend against Iowa.
I know Iowa.
Because I'm taking Rutgers because Iowa sucks.
Oh yeah, there you go. You betting 15 cents on it, or what are you betting? $5?
I'm gonna bet $10.
$10. What's the line on that game right now?
It's Iowa minus 1.5 points.
Yeah, fuck that. They might want to even bet the under too, because that's a team. Probably both teams have no offense. Good defense.
Rutgers' offense is way better than Iowa's offense.
But that's why Rutgers' defense is pretty good. So Iowa will probably score about 3 to 6, and Rutgers will probably score about 15, and the over and under is
25.
Probably, yeah. So the over and under is, let's say 40, yeah. So you can get the under. They're still shit teams.
That's actually a good bet. But did you guys see that like from a Ruski play when they played Ohio State?
No, I did not see the Rutgers Ohio State. I actually decided not to put that game on Saturday at 12. I listened to Ole Miss, I think it was.
Playing, they ran for about 60 yards.
Oh yeah, I saw that on highlight. They were going to go for a field goal or a punt, right, or something like. The quarterback handed it to the running back.
Yeah,
I did see that, and he went outside. Yeah, before I think that was in the first half. They showed that on my game. That was
like the best play of the game.
Yeah, that was a close first half. But
but I don't know how Iowa keeps winning these close games because it kills me.
Well, I mean, isn't that Iowa does every year?
Yeah, I guess we don't have an offense.
You never had an
Actually,
offense. I
did
couldn't
you
tell
know-
the last time you had an offense. Yeah.
Probably 2002 with
Two-
Brad Banks.
Yeah, there you go. Brad Banks. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You're African American quarterback, and ever since then, you guys just get white guys. And you're,
I think you're right. So it's been 21 years.
yeah, 21 years since you guys
That's
have
why I
had,
started watching.
and your coach has been there for 21 years. I feel like
I definitely have a typo
No,
up
he's
there.
been there
don't I?
since. He's been there since '99.
exactly. Okay, so like, I don't even know Ohio football, and I know that I see that guy on the freaking sidelines every game for like since I even remember watching, and I always remember when I started betting, always bet the under whoever Iowa plays.
Yeah.
I think I would usually win
But
on
we
that
are
one.
getting rid of his son though, so that's a good thing.
Oh, what a horrible! You're gonna make him fire his son.
No, the AD did it in the
yeah.
middle of the season. She said we're not going to have him back.
The worst game it looks like your defense played was against Penn State. Yeah, your offense showed up that game too, 31-0.
Yeah.
Or was that last year? I don't even know.
Yeah,
All these
37-0
games are running
pretty
together
sure.
here. Let's see. Yeah, 10.
Yeah.
Let's see what their offense scored. 10, 10, 15, 20. Oh, 26. Nice. 0. 41.
against.
Western Michigan.
No.
That's a barn burner. You must have creamed in your pants 10 times watching all those TDs get put up.
Yeah, but did you know I was the in the last 3 years, the NCAA, all the NCAA teams are 4-49 when they when they have 150 yards, and I always got all 4 of those wins.
Nice. Yeah, because they never get it.
4-49.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. We're still shitty though.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.
All right, Brandon. We'll see you
buddy.
later.
All right, guys. Sounds good.
Now, I don't really.
All right, bye.
I don't really believe the stats that I just saw on YouTube.
What, the 4 for 49?
No. So before Brandon called, we had like 130, 125.
On YouTube?
Well, it's showing me right now with the Brandon call that we have 29.
I also see 74 now.
I got 29. There's no way we lost.
Refreshed.
We no way that with Brandon calling, a great caller. Okay, we're back
That's our
over.
favorite caller.
I don't know. I looked
We're
over.
back to 107.
I looked
now.
over and I'm like, did we just go down to 29?
On Twitch, we're on 39.
I'm like, geez.
Rumble, apparently Rumble didn't even launch. I don't know what happened, but I went to go look at our Rumble feed, and the stream never went up. So I'm not sure.
We got 43 waiting.
I'm not sure if that box got. There are 43 people still just sitting there
like-
waiting for a
They're
show.
like, this fat fuck can't even get
they're
a
like,
show.
they're like, oh, nice fucking after show, guys. 10:20
Yeah.
sharp, huh?
I can't wait for those emails to come in.
Yeah.
Lummy and Rhett fucking must have got high in the parking lot and
Bubba,
didn't
you
want to
got-
come out and do a fucking sports show that you gave them an opportunity. They're so lazy. Lummy and his misinformation and Rhett just getting high and putting his finger around his dog's,
With his stupid
neck.
fucking sports takes.
Yeah. Jeez, lazy fuck that he is.
I love that we get emails.
Let's
We
see.
never got around. I don't want to interrupt your
No,
scroll here.
I was gonna say the picks.
Yeah, we never got around to talking about our picks from last week. I know we normally open the show with that, but I don't know what else you had on the docket as far as football talk goes. But
No, yeah, we can bring up
Seems
our
like a-
picks. I mean,
yeah, seems like a good
obviously, a lot of people listen to the show for our picks. 2 weeks ago, I think everyone stopped picking with us.
no, we had a good week this week. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Okay, that's good. My
Do
upset,
you-
I would have to say,
for last week, so I know what it is now officially, but
oh, fuck, Raiders. No, you can't.
not
be
any
upset.
of those games.
Okay, Ravens over the Seahawks, or Seahawks over the Ravens. Commanders. I don't even fucking see anything I would have picked.
Jets over Chargers.
Did I pick that? Ouch. What the
Yeah.
fuck was I thinking? I like the Chargers.
Yeah.
So I had a shitty week. Obviously, it's looking like that.
Nah, it wasn't too bad.
Oh,
But if you got the scores in front of you, if
Sure
you want to
do.
go back up to the top, we'll just start.
all right.
Tennessee at Pittsburgh. The Steelers were victorious in a game that really pissed me the fuck off because I had the under on Kenny Pickett, Will Levis passing yards, and There was a third down, I think it was a fourth down. It was a late pass interference call on that game-winning drive, or potential game-winning drive for Tennessee. It was fourth down. It was a late flag pass interference, sets him up with more drives. Will Levis throws the ball like 25 more yards and he goes over. But the Steelers do get the win. Bucs legend Quan Alexander with the interception. I picked Pittsburgh. You picked Tennessee.
Yeah, good job. Thanks, Will Levis. I hope you fucking get your ass handed to you against the Bucs this week.
All right, Miami at KC. We both picked Miami, and Kansas City was able to come out on top in that game, so we both lost.
Really shooting the shit right here.
Minnesota at Atlanta. We both picked the Birds. That's what we get for picking the Birds, huh?
0 for 3. Man, yeah, I did real well this week so far. Fuck me. All right, yeah. Browns at Cardinals. Fuck, I think I probably picked Arizona, didn't I? Tony, fucking Josh Dobbs isn't there. I didn't know that. Sean Watson fucking jerked off 10 times. He fucking leads the Browns to a 27-0. I don't have it in my fantasy.
No, we both picked Cleveland, so you're good. LA Rams. LA Rams at Green Bay, though. Guess what?
I picked the Rams.
We both picked the Rams.
Yeah.
We had a shitty week, didn't we?
Yeah.
Washington at New England. Looks like the Commanders won that game, and I picked against you out of spite.
Thanks.
So you got one.
Yeah, all right. I got the Commanders. Go fucking Sam Howell.
You're there. Chicago at New Orleans. We both picked the Saints. Fuck the Saints. Seattle at Baltimore. We both picked Baltimore. Tampa at Houston. We both picked Tampa.
Fuck you.
Indy at Carolina. We both picked Indy.
All right.
Perfect. Back on
Carolina.
Right track there. Giants at Raiders. You picked the Raiders. I don't know why the fuck I picked the Giants.
You probably thought Danny Dimes was making some miracle comeback from his ACL tear.
Yeah.
Instead, I got A.J. O'Connell.
Dallas at Philly. We both picked the Birds. Yeah. Buffalo at Cincinnati. We both picked the Bengals.
All right.
And then your upset pick of the week.
Bengals at Bills. I should have picked.
Jets over the Chargers on Monday Night Football, but unfortunately,
I did not do.
It didn't.
DC 1, 2, 3. Well, unfortunately, I will be jinxing your Dolphins because I always pick the Dolphins. I like the Dolphins. I think they're an exciting team to watch. I watch them every week. I watch them at 9:30 whenever the fucking game was this week overseas. I believe they are off this week. They are, which is going to hurt a lot of fantasy teams who pick the Dolphins every time. It might help some people in FanDuel and DraftKings too that don't pick the Dolphins every fucking week to defeat my poor teams when I don't pick the Dolphins every week. Fantasy though, James Conner. Have you heard any news on James Conner?
I have not. I haven't heard a damn thing. But you went 9-5. I went 8-6. So you had a better week than I did.
I did.
You did.
I started 0-5. Pulled the nose up.
I think for the first time since week 1.
I think so too.
You had a better week.
So blah 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 to all the haters out there. I fucking 9-5, baby. Started 0-5. Started a slow week, but pulled the nose up, kicked some fucking ass. Now James Conner has points in fantasy, so it looks like he's coming back, but they haven't. There's no news on him.
2 touchdowns this year on 68 carries, 364 yards, averaging 5.4 yards a tote, which is above average. But, I mean, how many carries is he getting per game? Go down to recent games.
Well, he has
6 carries last week, 11 the week before.
No. James Conner's been out.
The week before. Oh.
This is that's what I was asking if you heard anything. But it looks like his coach has come out and said James Conner is ready to go and excited to get back on the field. So if you were Coach Rhett, would you put James Conner back to full action after missing a month with an injury, or would you slowly bring him back, almost kind of like the Colts did, and Jonathan Taylor, who fucked us in the prize pick too?
I mean, I don't know who their backup running backs are.
Well, I mean, they're 1-7. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah,
Corey Clement.
No, you're right. I mean, Marlon Mack is on that team.
Is he? Yeah, look how far down he is.
Yeah,
how many fucking running backs do they have?
Tony Jones Jr.
They got Damian Williams too, former Dolphin. Tony Jones Jr. How do you say this guy? Keontae Ingram.
Keontae Ingram.
Can I have said the hardest fucking two
Amari
names?
Demercado.
Did you see that guy on the fucking? Did you guys see Did you see the wide receiver? I think it's wide receiver. Am I wrong? On the Giants, his fucking name, Oga. Did you see that? Am I right on that? The weird name.
No, but I know the linebacker on the Texans named Toa.
Was that it? Toa?
Toa was.
I thought there was some weird fucking name on the Giants too.
Okariki. That's it. I think that's Indy.
I don't know. Weird fucking names.
Tommy DeVito, though. I tell you about fucking Tommy DeVito at the QB
You think
position for the New York Football Giants, pal. They could have picked a more Italian fucking name.
Tyrod Taylor's out. Who's their backup?
Greasy ass quarterback, injured Tyrod Taylor.
That's not it.
Bobby Okereke. Yeah, Okereke is in New York.
And then they got Kayvon Thibodeau. I don't know. I saw this weird
Doug
fucking
Dimmadome. Only the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Could be on Fox. They're full of misinformation. Full of misinformation.
Yeah, we don't know anything about that.
No, not at all. I watch Fox all the time. So I guess we can make our picks this week right now.
Yeah, I suppose we could.
So all the millions and millions of fans that rely on our picks.
Let me make sure I write our names down so I don't forget who picked who this week.
What, did you do that last week?
I did that this week. I was trying to figure out for the first half of the show who the fuck picked what.
Oh, good thing we had Brandon the Quad on. We lost 100 people when he was on, but you were able to figure out the schedule that we picked. Man, I haven't even looked at this week's schedule. I've been looking more at football, man. Football is exciting this last month. College football is a lot more exciting in this last month. I feel there's a lot more upsets, and a lot of things can happen for this. Why USC?
It's crunch time. It's crunch time for college football. It's crunch time for the NFL, but we're still probably 2-3 weeks away from like really having a buckle down.
Caleb Williams crying in the fucking end zone when you even get to.
Oh my god! Ever since it came out that he wants to have ownership of whoever drafts him, and he put out this list of all the teams that he would and wouldn't play for.
Yep.
I don't think he's won a game, has he? They beat Cal.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, so they did, but they're 1-3.
Look at Arizona at 43-41. All these games have been close.
That's the thing about USC is that you put them up against a real defense.
Notre Dame showed the way.
They're going to lose to Oregon this week.
Yeah. And then UCLA could be even a close game right there.
Yeah.
That's not, he wanted to win that Heisman.
Yeah, but it is crazy. Like, I understand
him crying in the end zone with his mom. Taking, jump into the stands and cry with his mom. Like, he's not looking for, that to be on him.
Like, did you not expect every camera in the stadium to be on you?
No, of course he did. That's why he did it.
I do think that, unfortunately, he is showing a lot of these traits of a quarterback that I just don't fucking like. That's the way to put it. Like, he went from number one overall. He went from QB1 in my list to, I would draft Penix over Caleb Williams today if I were the Bucs and they had the choice of both.
Yeah,
I hate to say that because a lot of people are going to probably rip me to shreds. But Caleb Williams seems like a guy with immense talent, but he just doesn't seem like he's going to work out at the pro level. If he decides to go this year, I think he ultimately goes back to USC again.
I do too. Well, let's bust through these things. It's getting close to us hitting our hour timeline here. We're 11:17. So let's blow through these picks. Rhett, are you going off ESPN here?
Yeah, I'll go off ESPN if you want to leave that up. So Thursday night football, we got a game tomorrow night. And just another awesome slate of fucking primetime games this week. Carolina at Chicago. Maybe 3 wins between those two teams?
I'm going Chicago.
Yeah?
Yeah, Chicago.
All right. Carolina. It's so quiet. Do you want to, play some... never mind. It's okay. I'm writing. So
Royalty free music? No, we can just... I'm going to take this screen down here. So then
a little great value Monday night.
So who are you taking on there?
Carolina at Chicago. It's the battle of the toilet. It's the toilet bowl.
Yeah, exactly. It's who gets first pick most likely.
These ones are almost harder to pick than the exciting games.
Exactly.
They let me down last time, but I'll take Chicago.
Chicago and Chicago. Yeah. The Colts versus New England. You know what? I'm a Gardner Minshew fan. Always have been. Minshew mania. I'm gonna go the Colts at New England too. They're not.
They're
in
Europe.
Germany. That's right. Yeah. They're in Germany. 9:30 game. I'm going Colts.
I also like the Colts in this one. I think Gardner Minshew is going to do his damnedest to make sure Bill Belichick comes home to the States without a job. I don't think it'll happen, but I do think they're going to win, and the Patriots are just going to look like crap.
Houston at Cincinnati. Wow, CJ Stroud coming off his big game against the Buccaneers, going to Cincinnati.
Give me the Bengals by 50.
I'm going Joe Burrow and the Bengals too. by a respectful 10. Not 50, 10.
Yeah, 50-10.
So we're all same pick so far. New Orleans at Minnesota. Minnesota, Josh Dobbs' big comeback. Going New Orleans. I'm going to go Minnesota. Josh Dobbs riding the hot streak here.
Fuck the Saints, but they're going to win.
Okay, Saints. All right, let's go Minnesota. Fuck the Saints. That's right. Green Bay, Bubba's favorite team. Jordan Love going to cold Pittsburgh. Man, I don't know how Pittsburgh keeps winning some of these games, but I'm going Pittsburgh.
I will also go Pittsburgh. I think the defense comes through and they coax Jordan Love into doing what he loves to do, and that's turn the ball over.
Now, this is a game to our hearts here. Tennessee at Tampa Bay. Will Levis and our rookie quarterback coming in. Does Tampa Bay turn the defense around? I obviously am going to be there, so I'm going to go Tampa Bay.
I mean, God, I don't know if I can. I don't know if my heart can handle a month and a half straight of fucking losing. So Bucks, please win this game. I'm picking Tampa Bay again. I think the Bucks have been 0-4 since we both just started blindly picking Tampa Bay.
Well, I picked them all year. I think you no, because you did win when you picked them. Well, I thought that was the jinx. Yeah, when they played the Saints.
I thought before I usually because I definitely picked the Saints. Did I not? Or did no?
No. That's when you switched over.
Okay.
First couple weeks you were picking the opposite team.
All right. Well, I'm a ride with my team.
There we go. San Fran at Jacksonville. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I like Trevor Lawrence and how the Jacksonville Jaguars are playing. San Fran, they're a good team. I'm going to go San Fran.
I will also go San Fran. I did not watch them last week. They had a game last week, right? They played.
San Fran?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I thought they had a bye week. Bengals. Oh, yeah, they played the Bengals. No, they didn't play the Bengals.
No, you're right. They did have a bye week last week. So I'm curious to see the headspace that Brock Purdy's going to be in. You know, Jacksonville is a pretty good defense. They are a good team.
Coming off 3 weeks.
And they are playing on the road. But San Fran with the bye week hopefully is a little bit more healthy. So if you have at least one weapon out there with Brock Purdy, he doesn't look pedestrian. I think their defense will do a good enough job to win it, though. So I like the Niners.
Let's see. That means we follow up with Cleveland at Baltimore. Well, I already said Cleveland's going to win, so I got Cleveland.
Wow. Is that your upset of the week? Is it even an upset at this point? I mean, they still are they don't have the roster to match, but they're winning games.
No, not my upset of the week.
Okay, I think I know what your upset of the week is.
Yeah, we'll see. Who do you got, Cleveland or Baltimore? You got Baltimore.
Yeah, I'll take Baltimore.
Baltimore fucking fan. Atlanta at Arizona. Atlanta, riding Tyler Hinkie, Heineke, whatever the fuck you want to call him.
Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo.
Mr. Heineke, the Christmas fucking poo going to Arizona. Kyler Murray's first game back. I don't fucking give a shit. Atlanta beats Arizona.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that it'll be Kyler Murray's first game back in almost a year, but he wasn't the best QB in the league at any point before. So, I mean, I think that Atlanta handles business. Just because he's going to come back, he's going to look rusty. And if they decide to give James Conner all those carries they were talking about, that could also backfire on them.
So you're taking Dirty Birds?
Yeah, I'll take the Dirty Birds.
Dirty Birds. Lions at Chargers. Chargers 4-4. Lions.
Ooh,
fuck it. Chargers going out west. Detroit, Jared Goff fucking used to being out west back in the day. Yada. They beat the Raiders. I'm going to go with, I really want to pick the Chargers, but I'm going to go with the Lions.
Lions are for real, man. The Chargers are not.
A 500 team.
Yeah, so I will take Detroit here. I think this is a good game for them.
Does your boy
Tommy DeVito
from the Giants go to Dallas and win? Probably not. Dallas is kind of rolling in Dallas. Maybe New York keeps it a close game, but I'm going to go Dallas.
Yep. Gotta pick the boys there as much as I don't like to do it.
Sam Howell at Seattle, the Washington Commanders.
Sam Howell.
Sam Howell's their whole team. I like the Commanders, but again, I'm going to go Seattle. In Seattle, Seattle wins. They their offense comes together and they put up more than 3 points. I think Commanders battle them, but I think the Commanders still lose.
I think it's a big win against New England last week, but I think it's just one of those games where Ron Rivera gets outcoached. I like Geno. I like Pete Carroll. I like Seattle.
New York at Vegas. Vegas came off a strong win. The Jets shit the bed for me on my big upset pick. I'm going to have to ride back with the Jets.
Yeah, this is, I know I don't do an official upset of the week, but I also like the Jets in this game. The Raiders are playing better, and clearly they like playing for their interim coach, who apparently has a real shot of hanging on to that job, which is cool. Like, I think that's the right way things should be done. I think there's a lot of interim coaches that don't ever end up getting a chance at anything, like that guy in Carolina a little while back. So I do like the Jets this week. I just think they're gonna be excited after seeing Aaron fucking Rodgers all week in his moon shoes.
Exactly. And then Denver at Buffalo. Ooh, it's going to be a cold one. Russell Wilson, Denver 3-5, got a big win against the Chiefs. They're riding high, 2-game winning streak. Who would have thought that? Not me. But guess what? Go ride the Broncos, or ride Broncos ride.
Is that your upset of the week?
Ride Broncos ride.
Wow.
Fucking Denver, baby.
Lummy says let's ride.
Fucking Denver's going to beat Buffalo. Maybe I'm going more for the points, but you know what? Fuck it. Let's just do it. Russell Wilson, I'm getting on his back, and I'm riding him to a win.
Regardless of Denver and my personal feelings about Sean Payton, Russell Wilson has had an okay year. He's had a good bounce back year. 16 touchdowns, 1,613 yards. I don't know how many picks. Four picks. 16 touchdowns to 4 picks. He's doing pretty well. So you do like to see that, but I don't know. I think Buffalo is one of those teams that can turn it on at the right moments.
Oh, yeah.
And this week is going to be a moment for them, because it has to be, because they are just, 1 or 2 losses away from officially sucking.
Yep. And they're going to win. So who you got?
I got the Bills.
Well, fuck you.
Yeah, I got Buffalo.
Fucking asshole. There, you're going to ride it with me.
Go Bucks.
That's right, go Bucks, and thank you everyone for tuning into the Lummy Sports Show with Rhett here on this 10:20 hour on Wednesday. Hopefully Bubba will want to keep it. I like this time change. Hopefully you guys do too. Thank you everyone. Don't forget to go check out all the new blankets that we got in now at Bubba Army Store, Bubba Army Shop, and BubbaArmyMerch.com for all your great Bubba Army merch, and check out everything that is new up there, and all the great t-shirts and the ducks and all that great stuff that we have. We are here live tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., right here on the YouTube, Rumble, everywhere you're hearing us right now. We're going to be here tomorrow, 6 a.m., Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Again, everyone have a great rest of your week. We will see you next Wednesday, hopefully same time. Have a great one, guys. See ya.